Hey, what's up, Guardians? TBL here, and we're back with some more Destiny Crucible gameplay on the PlayStation 4. And oh man, Monday was an interesting day. Didn't get a chance to play Destiny for most of the day since, of course, the servers were down until at least 5 p.m. I do believe it was 5 p.m. Eastern time before I could really get back on, so I couldn't quite get a gameplay out for you guys. But you know, I really had an FPS itch yesterday. I really wanted to play me some first-person shooters, so I did a little bit of Call of Duty, and then got a little bit tired of that. I can't stomach playing Call of Duty for too long now. Hopefully Black Ops 3 changes that. But I actually wound up jumping onto another first-person shooter game that you guys are going to be seeing some videos of, possibly over the next couple of days alongside some of the Destiny stuff. Hopefully it'll surprise a few of you guys. I had a lot of fun playing it, and I can't wait for you guys to see what it is. But for today, we're going to be talking a little bit about the Taken King, Destiny's all-new expansion pack. Now, of course, last week was E3, and the Taken King was shown off in full force, and oh man, I gotta say, it looks really hype. I'm really hyped about it. You know, we've got our third subclasses, we've got new weapon types, we've got new armor, and you know, all the usual stuff that comes in a Destiny expansion, and you guys know how much I love that. Also, was that kid using a fusion rifle? Come on, man, you know better than that. Oh, and speaking of the gameplay here, you guys will notice I am back to my good old Warlock. I spent the last week or so playing on my Hunter, trying to get acclimated with that in PvP, and it's certainly been fun, but I can never fully give up the Warlock. I gotta say, it feels good to be back on the offensive Sunsinger, getting all up in these guys' business with Hawkmoon. But anyways, back on target. I actually haven't really taken the time to talk to you guys about the Taken King and all that. And I know a lot of you guys are waiting for my thoughts and conclusions on what was shown off last week. But one of the reasons for that is because I've been doing a lot of stuff for Planet Destiny. Of course, they have been super busy with E3 around, you know, getting interviews and articles and review videos and all that kind of stuff up, and super fun working with them. And they've got some really good in-depth analysis videos on the Taken King. So if you're looking for information on that, definitely check out Planet Destiny. But what I wanted to focus on today was a recent interview that came out between Eurogamer and Destiny lead designer Luke Smith. Now, the interview in question has been causing quite the stir in the Destiny community, and get that headshot, baby. But there's been quite a bit of controversy concerning what some of the things Luke Smith said during that interview. And I'm going to be addressing a few things, you know, giving a few of my comments and concerns about the Taken King and Destiny's future as a whole. First things first, if you guys need some information about the Taken King expansion, here's what is centered around this controversy: price and exclusives. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Taken King is going to be a $40 expansion to Destiny. That's right, $40 for DLC. And that's just for the base DLC. The Taken King actually launches in 3 different packages: $40 or 40 euros for the digital edition, which contains the new DLC and the Year 1 Founder Sparrow shader and emblem. A $60 price tag for the Legendary Edition, which includes the original game, both Year 1 DLCs, and the Taken King DLC. And finally, an $80 Collector's Edition, which includes everything in the Legendary Edition, a bunch of different physical items, and 3 exclusive emotes, shaders, and EXP boosting class items. And ooh, about to go on a rampage with that Radagas Fury. Iron Banner rocket launcher, it is so good. If you haven't gotten one yet, it's one of the best PvP rocket launchers in the game, in my opinion. It's got a fantastic blast radius, and if you can get grenades and horseshoes and maybe something like tripod or javelin, this thing will put in some serious work. It's pretty much an RPG from Modern Warfare 2 with full danger close on. But anyways, back to the Taken King. That last little bit on the $80 Collector's Edition is really what's got people, you know, marginally upset with how Bungie has been handling the Taken King as a whole. Essentially, fans are pissed because the only way to get these exclusive shaders and emotes is by repurchasing the base game in the Destiny Collector's Edition, which is $80. Right now, there is no other announced way to get these exclusive shaders or emotes other than purchasing the Collector's Edition. So, if you're a longtime fan of Destiny and you want to get your hands on these new dance moves and some of these exclusive new shaders, you have to re-buy the base game as well as the Taken King in the Collector's Edition. That's what doesn't make sense. Why should we as fans, especially people who've been playing since day one and beta players and alpha players, why should we have to re-buy the base game, re-buy content we already own just to get our hands on an exclusive shader and an exclusive emote? You know, all of that mixed in with the already high price tag of the Taken King. Again, $40 is pretty much the price of a full game. You know, all of that together has really rubbed a lot of Destiny players, myself included, the wrong way. And that pretty much leads us into the Luke Smith interview that was held on June 22nd. This interview was conducted by Eurogamer, and I really have to give it to the interviewer. He asked all the questions that the community was pretty much pushing forward to Bungie. And if you'd like to read that interview in its entirety, you can find a link to it in the description box below. Over the rest of this video, I'm just going to be reading off a couple of specific points that really kind of irked me, and try to explain why the community is, well, more than a little bit upset about it. When asked about why longtime players would have to essentially rebuy content just to get access to shaders and emotes, Luke responded in a manner that's somewhat equivalent to saying, "Tough tits, if you want them you have to buy the collector's edition." And while of course that might be a bit of an exaggeration, it is how a lot of people felt walking away from reading that interview. We weren't really given a just reason for why longtime players should have to rebuy the game just to get access to exclusive shaders and emblems and whatnot. I mean, honestly, most Guardians out there would probably be willing to spend maybe $2 to $3 on just buying the shaders and the emotes on their own. And while I'm really not a fan of microtransactions in games, I probably would buy it too. And when that notion of, hey, I'd rather buy this on its own rather than rebuying the full game that I already own just to get it was brought up, Luke responded with, well, this. If I fired up a video right now and showed you the emotes, you would throw money at the screen. To which the Eurogamer interviewer responded, "What I'm saying is that fan frustration is not because they don't understand the proposition. It comes regardless of how cool the exclusive content is. The frustration, and mine as a fan, is that the method of acquiring it requires me to rebuy content I bought a year ago." And that, I believe, is the heart of the issue here. It just doesn't make sense to make your fans who already have the game rebuy that content all over again just to get a couple of exclusives. Now, don't get me wrong, the Collector's Edition bundle is a fantastic value for people who don't have Destiny already. But for the several million of us who do, dangling exclusive content above our heads and then saying, hey, you gotta rebuy the full game if you want to get your hands on this sexy new dance, I'm not okay with that. And overall, I think that's how most of the Destiny community feels right now. Now, I'm not willing to jump the gun here and grab my torch and pitchfork and head for Bungie and burn the place to the ground, because we do have quite a bit of time before the Taken King actually comes out, and I'm fairly certain that we're going to be getting some exclusives. Again, $40 base price for DLC is a very high price margin, but I'm willing to hope and bet that the content held within will be well worth the price. And additionally, after the media storm and the PR nightmare that this interview has created, I'm pretty sure we're probably going to be getting some sort of access to exclusive shaders and items. As a matter of fact, our beloved Bungie community manager Deej came out yesterday after the interview, kind of to pour on some damage control. Oh, and get some, Blade Dancer baby. Not today, and pulling up that double kill with that Titan right there. I am actually somewhat surprised I survived that encounter, but hey, I'll take it. I really do love running an offensive Sunsinger setup. But anyways, back to Deej. Bungie seems to be in full PR damage control mode right now, and Deej basically assured us that day one players, the veterans of the game, will not be forgotten, that they've got some good surprises in store for us. As a matter of fact, he stated that year one players won't get the same perks as people who buy a collector's edition. They'll get something better. Tune into the weekly update for more. And hold on, wait, what? Does anybody else think that hunter should have died in midair? I mean, I knew I was going down, but I figured I'd at least take that guy with me. Gotta love the Crucible red bars. But anyways, basically we can look forward to more words on this situation as it develops in the Bungie weekly update this Thursday. I really am expecting Bungie to address this in a very big way, since this kind of PR nightmare is exactly what you don't want when you're only months away from a huge expansion release. I mean, after all this hype for E3, to have that cut short by the poor wordings of one dev in an interview, that's gotta suck. But alright, make sure to let me know what you guys think about the Taken King DLC expansion pack and its pricing structure, as well as all this crazy exclusive content crap in the comment section below. Have you pre-ordered the Taken King? Did you rebuy content in the Collector's Edition? Can't wait to read you guys' responses. But alright, that's it for this one, guys. If you like what you saw here, do feel free to check out my channel where you can find a ton more Destiny content coming out soon. Anyways, that's it for this one, guys. As always, I am the Black Link. You Guardians, stay frosty.